Welcome back to News Geelong, as now we continue and go out to the Geelong Greyhound Racing. We're featuring races from the regular Friday night meeting. It's a great night out at the Geelong Greyhound Racing Centre, and they're racing.
Racing, Fernando Bale left well, gets a clear run straight out to lead. It's game, set, match already. Fernando Bale out by 4 to High Mission, Enjoy Cruising going out quickly, then Fearsome Mid. Followed then by Hercules Bale, Aces High, Living Waters, and last All for Nothing. The engine's in full flight as Fernando Bale clicks up to top gear. Raced about 8 in front to Enjoy Cruising, then Fearsome Mid. But Fernando Bale's off and gone. He's going to romp in and win brilliantly again. Fernando Bale by 9 lengths over Enjoy Cruising, 2 back third to Hercules Bale. Racing, Mr. Snackman slow, Slam Bam won the start with VT Dynamite. They'll share the lead, kicking up on the inside, Stop Merchant, and there goes the fave, Mr. Snackman, speeding up to second spot, followed then by Cruisy's Joy, Cruisy Limelight. Well back now, Nalil Bale and Bar the Bullet last on the bend. Slam Bam turned in front, Stop Merchant a length away. Mr. Snackman just labouring, but it's Slam Bam in front, kicking hard and gets home. Slam Bam wins ahead, Stop Merchant, 2 back third, Mr. Snackman, Every Hope. Racing, Wild Intention, Only Fair to Go, winning the break, Macy Blue, straight out to lead, Creative Idea, going up hard the outside, Vicky Morris, and through the centre, Hermoso. They're followed by Harrier Bale, Smashing Waves. Creative Ideas now well back with Eden Leon, and Wild Intention last, and Macy Blue left a clear leader. Turned the bend about 7 in front to Harrier Bale, winding up down the centre, Vicky Morris, but Macy Blue runs them ragged.
Thanks to Top Cat Videos and the Geelong Greyhound Racing Club for their great racing out there. Across the road to Beckley Park here in Geelong, it was harness racing meeting last Thursday for the Harness Breeders Victoria Pace event. It was the main feature on the card. Let's go harness racing.
On its outside, their future operator, and on the pegs, Pirates Plunder. Here's Vanderlei making his dash 3 deep. Tobias James has got onto his back, and they improved from the tail end of the field. With only a slow speed at the Jim's Mowing turn, 800 to go, the field starts to pack up a little, and Webster's given Monumental a nice run, 30.9 through the second quarter. So a 63 first half, and Monumental's trying to lead all of the way, leads a metre. Riding with it second is Angus T. Jones, and 3 deep Vanderlei's moving up into the action. So there's the 3 favourites, 1, 2, 3 along the back stretch. Right behind them, waiting on the Vinmar home sprint lane, We Never Say Die. Better Adam wedged up in the middle, Starlight Logan's on the pegs. Back in the centre, Maker Fast. Around it, just struggling to maintain the 3 wide trail, Tobias James. Ahead of his time's going okay, held up. Then Future Operator. As they head around the turn, Pirates Plunder is back at the tail end with Ken's High. 29.4, they went off the back straight, top of the home straight, and surging to the front, Angus T. Jones, but in pursuit, Vanderlei the outside, and on the inside Angus T. Jones. They're clear of We Never Say Die, then Better Atom on the outside. Vanderlei's got his head in front, trying to rally back. Angus T. Jones, Vanderlei's in front. Vanderlei gets home just ahead. Second in game, Angus T. Jones, We Never Say Die, clear third. Fourth, Better Atom is Balance Point, second up from a spell. He's having to do the bullocking work. Right behind the leader, waiting on the Vinmar home sprint lane, Our Summer Win. It's had a nice cushy trip following the favourite. They passed the 800 on the Jim's Mowing turn, 31.2 through the second quarter. So just under 63 for the first half of the last mile. Shohei's a classic fourth at Stablemate as fifth on the inside on a happy note. Then Discrimination. Galloping back on the inside is Summer Race. So Travtiano's last of the group. Summer Race lost touch with that break. He's now 20 metres away. Into the back stretch, the leader in cruise control, Better's Package. With a big sprint left in her, she's held back to the field, 3 metres. Balance Point on the outside, just edging up a little closer. Behind the leader is Our Summer Win, the local, waiting on use of the Vinmar home sprint lane, and 3 deep goes Shohei's a classic. Gone on a happy note, Travtiano and Discrimination. 28.3 for the quarter down the back. Into the lane, and Better's Package, the mare given full steam. Charging up, Shohei's a classic. Shohei's a classic went up to Better's Package, who's trying to fight back. Better's Package the inside. Shohei's a classic. Great tussle down to the line. Shohei's a classic, I think, has just nosed out the favourite, Better's Package.
Thanks to MediaTek for their coverage, and Paul Prout from the Geelong Harness Racing Club. Don't forget the next meeting out at Geelong is on April 8. It's the VSTA Trotters Cup Heats. That's the Victorian Square Trotters Association. Remember the great Mary's Idol? She was a square trotter. Now turn our attention to the world of cricket. Here in the Geelong Cricket Association, it was Division 1 semi-finals, elimination finals last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, when 6 became 4. Yes, Grovedale and South Barwon dropped out of the competition. East Belmont, Geelong City, North Geelong and St Joseph's to continue on. We spoke with Lee Kentish, the coach of St Joseph's, after their very encouraging win over North Geelong. Day 2 of the Geelong Cricket Association Div 1 First 11 Grand Semi-Finals. Lee Kentish, a happy smile on his face after St Joseph's have defeated a very game North Geelong. A good win, Lee.
Yeah, it was a fantastic win. They put up a really good fight there at the end. Last two batters, Alfie batted exceptionally well. But to the boys' credit, Trent, Morgos, Jacks, all the boys just fought really hard and just had that belief all day, which certainly got us over the line.
After day 1, 159 on the board, was it enough in your heart at that stage?
To be honest, I thought we were going to be a bit short. It's a pretty good batting deck. When I say a bit short, like you can always win it from any situation, but I certainly thought we were a little bit underdone with the runs. There was a couple of good little individual performances from the boys, but it would have been nice to get more.
Luke Gibbs stood out with his innings. A mature head on a young man who's still got a lot left in his cricket days.
Yeah, he certainly does. So Ibsy's come to us halfway through the year, and we're very lucky to have Ibsy. He's a fantastic opener. He's got a big future in front of him. So to get him on board and him to come into some runs this late in the season is fantastic. North
Geelong resumed at none for 13 on day 2, and they looked as though they were travelling along reasonably well, but after Trent Waller, he's put in a blinder of 4 wickets, swung the ball around brilliantly, 2 run outs, you chipping with 3 wickets, and they were on the brink at 9 for 87. How'd you feel at that time?
To be honest with you, one of the things that we've spoken about this year is just, celebrate until the final wicket's been taken. We felt in commanding position in that stage, but we certainly know that Alfie can bat. And for them to actually bat as well as they did, it was a credit to them to get that close, to be honest.
And then painstakingly, as you said, Cam Elford and young Wilson batted together. They put on 45 for the 10th and final wicket before you coming downwind from the southern end, and you changed. You came around the wicket and you had instant success. What brought about that change?
Actually, Davey Morgan, he came up to me and said, why don't you try around the wicket? And I was probably a little bit stubborn for a couple of overs. And then after a little bit of pressure was building, we just noticed maybe a little bit of indecision, making a couple little mistakes, so I just knew it was time to do it.
It was great discipline on their behalf. Their concentration was at a supreme level as they chipped away to make 160 to win, but it was always going to be a Herculean task.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
It was always going to be a Herculean task for them to come up with the winning run.
Yeah, definitely. As like I said 3 or 4 times, it was credit to those two boys, Wilson and Alfie. They both batted fantastic.
We reflect back on last season, this round of finals, St Joseph's had dropped the first one, that then went on to take out the premiership. This weekend we've seen them take out the first one and look likely of going forward. You're a very well balanced side.
Yeah, the side's coming together really well. I certainly think leading into this game is the most gelled the team's been. It's been gelled all year, but just have a couple of little changes throughout the year. I think it's pretty steady now, and the boys are certainly confident in enjoying playing for each other.
And you could tell in those vital overs when you were being tested by that last wicket, there was a lot of togetherness in the field, great support. The field were on the job and concentrating every delivery that the bowlers put down.
Yeah, certainly. We pride ourselves on being able to keep up in every moment. We're lucky we had a guest speaker come and have a bit of a chat to us last week, and he just instilled in us just the basics, do the basics for longer, and also too, every time there is a moment, take that moment. Just very simplistic, yeah.
Who do you reckon's your biggest challenge now heading into another step in the GCA Div 1 finals?
To be honest with you, all teams who are in the finals is a certain challenge. I don't think you can put more or less to any team on their days challenge.
Your team looks as if it would remain unchanged. What are some of the disciplines you'll go through this week leading into next week's round?
Recovery. So we'll recover this afternoon, get to training on Tuesday, just go through nothing different. It'll all be the same. Yep.
It'll all be the same. Will it be a win for St Joseph's in round 2 of the GCA Div 1?
I hope so.
Hope so. Lee Kentish, thanks for your time and a game well played.
Appreciate it, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee Kentish from St Joseph's. That brings 3 winners plus the highest placed loser to play off in the semi-finals this coming weekend. Down at Queen's Park, East Belmont will take on North Geelong, and at Winters Reserve, it'll be Geelong City taking on St Joseph's. And we'll have coverage for you in next Thursday's Geelong News sports coverage. We'll go to a break and be back with more sport after this.